This is Farm. I'm going to be talking today about tips and tricks, how to level up and get the highest rank in the CSR Team Slayer playlist. First of all, if you didn't know, 343 has added a ranking system. It's not like what we've had in Halo 2 or Halo 3 where your rank was in-game. In this game, the ranking system is hidden on Waypoint. If you log into Waypoint and you put in your gamer tag, you can look up what your rank is, which is CSR in each individual playlist. For some playlists, the rank is based on individual, as in who has the highest score. In the top 4 or 2, depending on the playlist, will rank up. In Team Slayer, it's now team based, so the team that wins ranks up and the team that loses ranks down. But like with all ranking systems that we've had, this one is highly exploitable. So what you need to know is that every playlist has a ranking system now. Some of them are individual, some of them are team based. What 343's done, and it's got me really excited until all the flaws were revealed, is they've now taken the top 200 players every week in a Team Slayer playlist and they're going to post them on the Waypoint page. So it's pretty darn exciting. In this video, what I'm going to do is we're going to go over the different ways that you can rank up more efficiently and avoid ranking down. Before we do that, you're going to need to know how to look up your rank efficiently. First thing I would advise you to do is to not use Waypoint to look up your CSR. That site is incredibly glitchy. It doesn't work very well on cell phones or tablets. You will need a PC to use it. My recommendation and what I use is Team CSR. What you can do with Team CSR is just literally right after the game, you can put in your gamer tag, it'll pull the game, it'll pull the CSR of your teammates as well as the people you just played against. When using it though, you want to keep in mind that all CSR levelings both up and down are delayed by up to 6 games. So you could just have a really good win against good players and you may check it in Team CSR and be frustrated because you don't see your rank go up. That's because it can take up to 6 games. You may just keep playing and the next thing you know you shoot up 4 levels and you're wondering why. Then you realize that's the delay from the game you had. So just keep in mind that games can be delayed by up to 6 games. Don't sweat it. Eventually your big win, it will show up. It's going to take a while. You may have to play a couple more games before you get to reap those rewards. Now that we know that, let's switch gears and let's start talking about the different ways that we can use the flaws in CSR to our advantage. The first thing you need to know with the CSR Team Slayer ranking playlist is that it only counts who's left in the game after the game is over. So say you're playing a team of pretty decent players, but all of them quit but one, the game is only going to count the CSR of that one player left. It will not count the players that have quit already. What that means is, in order to really rank up, you have to get all the players to stay in the game. If even one of them leaves, it can decrease your chance of ranking up. Because the game takes into account the players' CSR on both teams, you want to try as much as possible not to play with higher ranked players. If you're just starting out in this and you're looking to get in the top 200, you don't want to play with your friends that already are high ranks because it's going to decrease the likelihood of you ranking up after each win because your team is going to have a highly elevated CSR. As a result of this, a lot of people will go in and search by themselves. That way they're more likely to match up with lower CSRs and thereby increase the amount they rank up. The downside of that is you're probably going to have to carry pretty hard. The upside is if you somehow win and the teammates you have low CSRs, you're going to get a pretty good boost for that. The first strategy I want to talk about to get a high CSR fast in Team Slayer is playing with a guess. When Team CSR first came out, everybody was noticing that the top 2 players in week 1 and 2 actually weren't that good of players. So I kept wondering how they were ranking up just looking at their win-loss and their KD. Luckily for me, I happened to match them in matchmaking and both of them happened to be playing with a guest. And after more research and following games, after playing guests, I've discovered that somehow guests throw a huge monkey wrench into the CSR equation. Playing with a guest can boost your CSR a ton. It could actually make you level up from losing in some cases. Somehow it tricks the CSR system into thinking your team is a lot worse than they really are. It's like having like a negative good player. It's pretty much the equivalent of a booster account in Halo 3. So if you're in matchmaking and you match a guest, I highly advise you not to play them, because even if you beat them, you may actually rank down than up. And if you have somebody that you can play with, have them play as a guest at your house. Or if you think you're good enough, go in with a full party, plug in your guest controller and just AFK them to the victory. And if you're able to win, you can rank up a ton. I saw a player who was a 47 legitimately rank up 3 levels out of just one game, from a 47 to a 50, just by playing with his guests. It's ridiculous. The last thing I want to talk about is quitting in the Team Slayer playlist. When you quit, it does not affect your CSR at all. This is totally counterintuitive and nothing like we've ever played with before in Halo 2 and Halo 3, where you quit and it still affects your rank. In this game, if you quit, it's like the game didn't even happen for you. Knowing this, you could legitimately get up to a level 50 without ever actually having to play or beat good players. As long as you quit every time you lose, the game will think, the CSR at least, will think that you've never lost. This may explain how you see some players that don't look that great or really aren't that good have higher levels. I've had many teammates that are CSRs 40 and above that aren't very good, and you'll notice what they do is anytime they're about to lose, whether they know it that they're doing it or not, they rage quit and it doesn't hurt their CSR. Me personally, if I play by myself and I'm going to lose, I'm going to quit every time. If I play with a full party and we match another full party, I'm going to stay in. I'm not a wuss. They beat us fair and square, I'll stay. But if I'm playing by myself or with a limited party, I'm going to quit. Why are you going to give them extra CSR for beating you when you can quit and the game doesn't even count? In this game, whether they know it or not, they stayed in. I give them props. They're not the worst of players. The game just didn't go their way, but I give them props for staying in. It really helped our team rank up about 2 levels each just for this one win, so I appreciate that. So quick run through, let's go over what we've learned. Number 1, you don't want to play with high level teammates. It's going to decrease your total ranking up. Number 2, if you can play with a guest, it'll boost you a bunch. If you happen to match a guest, back out, do not play them. You may rank down for beating them. And number 3, quitting does not affect your CSR at all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps you rank up and understand the Team CSR system a little better. I hope 343 watches this too, and I hope a lot of people start abusing the system, not because I want to experience the abuse, but because I really hope they take the feedback from this leaderboard system, which is a really good idea, and use what they've learned to make an amazing ranking system for Halo 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun.